when it comes to being consistent with your message, you've got to hit it every day. Hey guys, Yolanda at DryerBuzz, and of course 27 Answers. This is where I push everything to the side and I stop and I give you 9 good minutes of buzz behind the buzz, or basically how to create buzz. Now, we've been talking about being consistent. Okay, so I'm going to be consistent. I'm still trying to get this thing to evolve. I know it looks like we're real consistent, but still trying to get it to evolve. So I need you to always filter the entire internet for hashtag 27 Answers. In that first minute, it's usually like, hello, how you doing? And then you might drop depending on the platform you're on. At the 2-minute mark, depending on the platform you're on, you may drop again. You need to know that consistently, you can always go to our YouTube channel. You can catch it on Spotify. You can catch it always at 27answers.com. All right, so now going into the next 2 minutes of this thing, let me just tell you, when it comes to being consistent, when using social media for a business, that means you've got to hit it each and every day. There is not a day that you don't go and put out your open sign. There is not a day that you don't tell people where to follow you. There is not a day that you don't remind people that it is about the buy now. Okay, whether you're seasonally, 24 hours each day, each week, each month, each year, that's the goal. Because the one question you're supposed to be answering with your social media is, how do I become your customer? And how do I, as your last customer, refer your next customer? That's what we're talking about when we talk about how to create buzz. That means that the minute somebody thinks they need something and know you got it, they're going to come looking for you. And if you are not consistent, they won't find you. So we're at that 2-minute mark. Somebody's about to drop. That's why you got to be at 27answers.com. All right, so now going on in. See how I'm being consistent and letting you know that it's a podcast, but while we post it each and everywhere, the real place to get it is in our intimate space, and that's our learning platform that we have created for you. And it's called 27answers.com. We don't need you to take notes. We've already done all the notes for you. And when I talk about being consistent, I'm talking about the brown books. I'm talking about, those are the business books, okay? If you've been to 27 Answers, you know what I mean when I say brown. Like, we got brown books, we got blue books, we got green books, got the orange books. You know, it's the whole thing in life is called, it's color coded. It's color coded. But we got a couple of books out there that talks about how to grow your business and how to become a household name. And it all applies to social media because that's my lane. That's what I do. I've been on social media. I've been trying to help develop your habits on social media for about closing this digital divide, really about 3 decades. And I'm really afraid to count it because I would seriously tell my age, which I don't mind doing because I'm always transparent. But the only thing that changes in this, because when you stop arguing marketing, the question is always, how do I become your customer? When you're creating buzz, that's literally it. Somebody looking at your social media now, somebody's going to look at your social media and try to figure out how you're doing, what you're doing, how you're going about the business and making money because they want to do the same thing. But for the most part, somebody's out there in the search engines right now trying to remember your keyword, trying to remember what color, trying to remember your address, trying to put in all of this information so that they can find you. They've asked your friends, their friends, and a lot of times people don't refer business the way they should because remember now, being your customer is about increasing their influence and maintaining their status. So if I'm trying to maintain my status, which I really want to be a level up from those I know or something that sets me apart, am I going to tell everybody? We all know that good news travels slow. Bad news travels fast. So hopefully you're not riding in that lane. So the thing about it is somebody is searching for you, and the thing, you don't know it. You won't know it unless they find you. And then they're going to say, man, I had a hard time finding you. When you hear that, start to wonder at halfway through this, where is the gap? What am I leaving in the gap? Is it your consistency? Because maybe once or twice or sometime in the past, they saw a post going down your timeline and nothing came after it. Nothing else, you said, okay, I don't want to do the social media stuff. Or you attracted the wrong customer because the messaging was a little bit off. You have to keep going. You have to keep putting it out there. You have to keep trying because then what's going to happen is that consistency is going to pay off. right? Your messaging is going to come a little bit clear. Your brand is going to come back in focus. But you've got to be able to perfect it. When somebody comes up to me and say, what do I do? Well, it's hard for me to even say sometimes because I do so much. But once in an interview, when people are reading my bio or introducing me, it's all about what they see. Because I wake up every day and I say, I want to be boss at this and I want to be boss at that. But what's coming across? So a lot of times when people say, what do you do? I say, how do you know me? And then they'll tell me, and that's what, see, again, no assumptions, ask. There's nothing wrong with answering a question with a question so that you can really hone in on the answer that they want. Because sometimes people can ask you something, or especially about a product or a service, and you can actually talk them out of it if you don't know what they're actually looking for. So be consistent in that and getting and extracting. A lot of times people say, you learn how to use social media. The first and foremost, be consistent with extracting information from social media. That's mostly what a business should do with social media. You got up today, you went to your social media. Before you put anything out there, you should have checked to see what was going on. You should have extracted some information in this data. Which post did people click on most yesterday, last week, last month, this time last year? Before I send, and I know I roll with some stuff in the morning, right? But before I put that first post out there, I go and check those memories, because if you're in business, beating and exceeding your this day last year is a thing. It's seriously a thing. And when my memories, and I checked those on Facebook, came through last year, I'm like, oh, whoa, I was at this event. I went to this place. I connected with this person. And I go back and I see, well, wait, let me see. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, it's that anniversary? Let me check. Let me be consistent. Right? If I haven't heard from them, let them hear from me. Oh, you want to create buzz again this year? Or maybe last month they rolled out this. You have to be in the know. So in using social media for business, be consistent with extracting information from social media so that you know. Go back in order to go forward. Always go back in order to go forward. Be consistently in the know each and every day, because you already know at the end of the day, it's really about how to tell people how to become your customer. What have you done today? I know you pressed play on this podcast. You saw a couple of others that you like. You're like, wait, let me go back, because this one says like part 2. So let me go and check out part 1. Be consistent in checking out these podcasts, guys, because I'm trying to give you the best information I can. Yeah, there's a book, wrote plenty of books on this topic, but I know it's always about continued learning. Platforms change. Marketing will always be the same, but sometimes the platforms change. How much time you've got on this platform, on that platform, where people are following, and so forth. So make sure you check the podcast so that we can always update you. And then don't forget, at the end of the week, we go back and we do a webinar, okay? I don't like webinars, but I have to call it webinars because y'all always looking for a webinar, and we got to use the same language. But I'm usually live online on YouTube and Facebook, and we do a little bit more of a deep dive in some of these topics, because I only have 9 minutes right here to tell you how to create buzz and get that follower to become your next customer. So always follow the buzz. You can look for Yolanda at DryerBuzz, but I need you to do one thing, and that is go visit 27answers.com. Follow that with filtering the entire internet for the next answer under hashtag 27answers.